Alright, so in this one it is that time again, which is tier list time. I will say point blank, this is definitely not going to be the last tier list of, well, May, because by the end of May, it will be anniversary. I believe they said the 23rd, which is going to be the date of the reveal itself, and then the 24th, because it would be that night of, the reset night of the 23rd into the 24th, would be, hey, here we are, anniversary is now live, which means by the end of May, another one of these, which most likely be very different from this one, will be dropping. But beginning of May just hit, so here's our tier list. And obviously, the new Kid Goku does actually have impact now. I'll touch on DKP because he exists and he's in the game, and that's sure a thing that exists. That's it. That's all I can say. He's a rush merchant. He's not core Dragon Ball. I know people are trying to defend that he is. Very few, but I do see it from time to time. No. He's not core. Not at all. I'd rather you run a World Tournament Goku, Piccolo Jr., Tambourine, Roshi, and the new Goku than you run DKP. I'd rather you run any of those options. Maybe even the Zenkais. Maybe. Haven't really tried them too much, but maybe even them as well. DKP does nothing. He's a rush merchant, and at that point, doesn't even help your team really that much at all. So there's that. Unfortunate reality, but that's reality. You can see there is quite a few units on this list, because I do think there is a lot of debatable top 10. Obviously, I've narrowed down a top 10 just because for simplicity's sake, but realistically, there is a lot of debate of who could be on this. So, as it says there, all arguable number 10, all these units that are going to be in that tier will be there. So let's just get into it with it being, and this isn't particularly ordered. I guess I could order it fast, but, you know, I'll touch on these units. I'll explain them to a 2-second degree, and then we'll move on to the actual top 10 list. So, all the units in arguable number 10 are going to be as follows, with being Daima Green Goku, Master Roshi, Majin Buu, Tamagami number 3, Piccolo Jr., and World Tournament Goku. Arguing their stances here, I guess you could say, since they're arguable number 10, I like having Green Daima where he is, so I want to keep him there. I think he's the closest one to argue number 10 here. Buu probably goes number 2 next to him, and then from there, Tamagami is obviously going to be the sub option to Buu, though I do think Tamagami is very useful. I'd like Roshi above him, probably World Tournament Goku above, and then these two are interchangeable. Yeah, so that'd be like the number 10. I guess you could say this is 11 through 15, 16 actually. So there's that. Again, Green Daima Goku, I've already stated him with UMV is a very good duo to manipulate against Daima. And as I think right now, there is no best team in the game. There is teams that are good against each other in a circular mannerism, which I'll touch more on in detail as we go through the video. But him with UMV is a very good duo against Daima, so that's why I like his value there. Majin Buu, I don't think is that crazy. While he is annoying, he only has like 2 things in his kit that really have any impact, and realistically, most of him is just completely pointless. And now that we have a new yellow, it also obviously will hurt Majin Buu just a little bit. Roshi, solid all-around unit, just kind of I could give with that, and also it does help stop a decent bit of long combos that could coexist via Last Man Standing Daima Forku, UMV, Dooogote Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Green Daima Goku, obviously with that green card that he does have, which is very nice for that situation. World Tournament Goku, very bulky, helps Dragon Ball team quite a bit. Actually, I'd have him above. Yeah, I have him there. But World Tournament Goku does help Dragon Ball team quite a bit. Color synergy with the new LF Kid Goku, as well as that bulk is insane and pretty good damage, as well as covering on his plats, so he doesn't have to deal with Daima Forku's annoyances there. Tamagami probably is better than Buu, but because Buu and Ku run together and how much sustain that can offer with the endurance, technically that duo is better. Tamagami is just going to be a sub-option to Majin Buu, while being good with the green card ceiling, the rush ceiling, the infinite healing it feels like he has when he gets those HP procs, the spam double rushing because he gives you Dragon Balls on his first rush into the second rush. He just has good overallness, and again, he is solid, though he will get hurt by Vegeta, by Beast, by Kid Goku in early game setting without the Dragon Balls from a niche perspective. Still, defense neutral the entire match after that. technically better than Majin Do in that sequence, but still, the healing of Do and Ku is just way too oppressively annoying. Actually, not even oppressive, just annoying. And then Piccolo Jr., green card merchant, not a bad thing. He spawns green cards. It's not a terrible thing. It's just, do you need him? No. World Tournament Goku, I feel like, is much more a necessity on Dragon Ball with Roshi and Kid Goku, just because you have the longevity of the match, kind of similar thing to Daima with just better tanking, because Dragon Ball is better tanking than Daima, while Daima has better gimmicks and annoyances and swappage. But the tanking of Dragon Ball is better than Daima. So you're running in for your Dragon Ball to Daima, which is fine. That's a fine thing to be existent, but if you were to put Piccolo Jr. there instead, that healing aspect of yourself, or that, I guess, manipulation aspect of ending the combo fast with Roshi, or having the green card spawnage for the World Tournament Goku or Kid Goku, all that kind of doesn't fall down, but it just gets a little bit worse. Like, there's just no reason to not run Roshi over Piccolo Jr. I would always just say run Roshi instead. So, that's all arguable number 10s. You could say any of them number 10. Swap them here. Maybe even number 9. I don't know about that, but maybe even number 9. So that's all of them. Now, the actual top 10 list. Let us get into it with it being number 10 of... yeah, that guy. Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Oh, I forgot to put sugar in that coffee. That's why it tastes like that. Nonetheless, Super Saiyan 3 Goku does have good potency, obviously, within himself. You know, clearly he is an annoying guy. But after some usage against him, some usage with him, I have noticed the faltering, to a degree, of his designer kits, more specifically because of Daima. Yet again, you will always have to restate this kind of thing that goes on, that this character does want a combo forever. Well, if Daima's going to remove your cover null, for one, you wouldn't have cover null initially, so that's really bad. Like, this guy actually getting transformed could take a minute, because, well, you have Ku sealing mains. Guess what? Ku's in every fucking match. Ku seals mains, drop combo or not. Just hit the guy, your main sealed. Not very good for Goku, right? Maybe your card gets locked, it gives you cover null. He locks your green card down before Ku. Well, what are you going to do then? You got risk 50-50s 24/7 to even get him going. The gauge taking long, I mean, not too long, but longer, because you can't get the cover null to do a mid-combo, because you'll lose the cover null during all the combos. Obviously, this unit's still oppressive once you do get him going, but it's kind of like a Vegito thing, where, sure, once getting going, he can do amazing. And this unit obviously does better than Vegito once he is gotten going. But to get to that sequence, it is becoming more difficult for this character as time progresses. Again, whether it be because of Ku, whether it be because of Do, whether it be because of Super Saiyan 4 Goku, whether it be because anything else, this character just will struggle a little bit more than he has in the past. And this has nothing to do with Dragon Ball, though I guess Roshi does help, because his auto mechanic of auto dodging on Strikes or Blast clearly would help end this guy's combos faster. It is more so that transformation sequence and getting that cover null to retain itself forever and ever and ever is just a bit more of a difficult thing nowadays. And it should be, because his character is broken, he's brain dead. I'm glad he's falling down. He's not off the top 10 list, though. I can't put him off this list. He's still doing way too well. I can't admit, though, Green Diamond Goku with his snipe potential and potency, especially now with, well, how you can kind of manipulate it with UMV. I could understand if you had him above him or equal to him. It's just Super Saiyan 3 once he is Super Saiyan 3. You know, this character goes up a lot of tiers at that point. But even then, he's still hurt because of the cover null removal. So it's like, there has to be a fine line. I think making him top 10 here is the fine line there. I do understand the debate that he is not top 10, though. But continuing on, it will be another green unit of LF God Goku at number 9. God Goku still does his role well. Not much has ever changed within this guy. He's always been doing his role well. It's just that the necessity for it has changed through time, right? Obviously, more so when he initially got his plat. Okay, you're going to use him a lot more. You need him more. You want to deal with all these annoyances and could optimize him more. Well, now it's just not as much necessity. That's kind of how it always flows within these not top, usually top 5 characters, but like usually at least top 8 characters, that there's no necessity for them. It's just that they're still good. They're still doing their job. That's awesome. But there's no need for him to be run in the game right now. It's like, oh, that's why I need God Goku. No, you're going to say that about Ultra Cell. You're going to say that about Majin Ku, UMV, Kid Goku. You're going to say I need Kigoku for indestructible. I need Majin Ku for the amazing healing and annoying, tedious nature of him. I need UFV to lock snipe Daima characters. I need Cell to destroy all these other trying to counter Daima teams. All that, like, there's genuine necessity. Well, Goku is, I'm a good damage dealer. I can do my job. That's not a bad thing. It's not like it's a negative to him, but it's just, okay, cool. Other units can do it too. Sure. That's the whole point, though. He just does his role well. He could fit on multiple teams. That's great. He even has more close to even stats than not, like 4K gap, I believe, on his double offenses. So, fit him on Blast Team, fit him on Strike Team, put him on God Key, Sun Fam, wherever you want to put him out. Doesn't matter. Great. Love that diversity. But, again, nothing changes with that diversity. He still is going to have the impact of, I can do damage. Nice. That's not all we're looking for nowadays, right? We're looking for a lot more than that, and Goku is not giving that. For one, because of Ultra Cell, and I guess you could say DKP, because he could also kill him with the Rush. But you're not looking for just damage. We're looking for a little bit more than just damage. And if unit is doing damage, it needs to be so encapsulatingly high without the team saving them for them to be higher. So, like, Goku's teams need to be so broken that his damage is so broken that he could ward higher, because his low utility doesn't really do much right now, right? And that doesn't exist. For units here it does, but for him it does not. So then we move on to 7 through 8, with it being 2 Hybrid Saiyans. I would have a Beast Gohan here and Gohan Trunks here. Again, obviously, if they are in a thing like a slash, then it would be interchangeable, meaning 7/8. You could have Beast at number 8, or Gohan Trunks at number 7, or the way it is here. And I can understand the thought process on all of that. The reason I'd have Beast above is actually because of my usage of him. Definitely felt much stronger than him, more confident in him than I would have without testing him out. And I like what he does against Daima. You know, that green card, guess what? You have exactly 50 key. Guess what you need for the blue card? 50 key. Do that against Majin Ku. Even if Ku comes in toward the green card, with the green card being hit on him, still got 50 key from that green card itself. Boom. And you're immune to the card cost upping at that point. Usually at that point. Boom. Throw out that blue card, hit Majin Ku. He just covered in. Still going to take like 40-60% damage. It is amazing. It is bliss. And more so than that, Cup Pen. We always talk about it. We always say, what is the great age mechanics? You know, Cup Pen, Subcount Manip, Neutral, all these great things. They're awesome. Cover Null, obviously. Well, this guy has Cover Null. He has Cup Pen, he has Defense Neutral, he has Offense Neutral, and a Special Beam Cannon. So you could probably assume with 5 great aging mechanics, he's probably going to age well, and he has. There's just more need for this character to do maybe a Special Beam Cannon on a low HP Vegeta because he did 2 strikes, they couldn't swap, boom, Special Beam Cannon, kill that man out. Or you do a drop combo and pop Goku's first life, drop combo indestructible, boom, kill Goku. And there's no swaps because their timers weren't really ready. You can manipulate that and obviously give him more value. Again, comparing him to Gohan Trunks kind of honestly feels a little bit more like downplayed a Beast at this point, because they don't really... It kind of like feels like God Goku. There's not much. Like, they have the utility, obviously. But if I'm going to compare who I'm going to use more in a match, I'm going to use Beast Gohan more in a match, and that makes sense because he's more offense-based, he's more of the damage dealer, that's understandable, but it's like, even the utility of Beast probably would outshine the utility of Gohan Trunks. I mean, rush safety is a very prominent thing that you need as much as you can get. That's why we're running Indestructible of Kid Goku, Indestructible of Dynamaforku, whatever else, Ultra Turles still, Gohan Trunks arguably. The more safety, the better off you feel, the better off your match goes for you, because some matches just end up going timer. Ku, Do, Dynamaforku. That's literally intended for timer, and I'm running into that more than even Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta on the team. I don't think it's a better team, but I'm running into it more. It's just more tedious. So having someone that's like Beast Gohan that could get kind of a potential snipe out on Majin Do, Majin Ku, maybe even Goku's first life, because you're just tired of that man just being annoying. Then you have more rush, you know, free and slip yourself at that rate. Beast deserves here. Honestly, how much I'm glazing him, maybe he even deserves a little bit higher, maybe one more tier higher comparable to the next unit, but I'll keep him here as I think it is more justifiable. And then again, Gohan Trunks, they do well, they do their role well, their safety mechanism, But when I run this unit, I never feel a situation where it's like, I need to prioritize this unit doing something. Like, sure, they're there for safety, understandable, but that's like me saying, okay, let me use Daimaforaku, and he's not going to enter the match for like 60% of the time. Well, that kind of feels valuable that he has a safety, or Turles, or Kid Goku even. There's value to that safety, but there has to be a degree where, like, this low defense or this low offense is not justifiable enough to value that. And I think Gohan Trunks, maybe it's a star thing. I mean, I have Daimaforaku, Vegeta, and Gohan Trunks all equal stars, but maybe it's a star thing where I just don't see their damage be so unequivocally high, at least in prior to Succession Mechanic, that I don't feel a need to bring them into a match. Or it's just that the offense units on the team, let it be Beast, let it be whoever, because they can fit on multiple teams, they always take over priority at that point, and that's meant to do their role, sure. But that's the whole kind of issue with this character. I just never feel the need to bring them into the match. So while they have the safety, they kind of have to just keep faltering because, well, I'm not going to use them in the game, so their safety is there. Their existence is there. It's just being better than Turles right now, and that's really what they are right now. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. I'm pretty sure initial release, most people would put them in this area as well, this 7 through 8 area, maybe 6 at highest, because obviously the colors weren't optimized for them. And well, guess what? There is 3 yellows on this tier list, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4 greens on this tier list. So the colors still aren't optimized for them months later. Don't know what we're doing with that, but we're really put them in a chokehold, which I don't know why. They really never had a perfect meta for themselves. They've had good, great, but a perfect one? This unit has been, like, hoping, and maybe Anniversary, maybe, I don't know, but they've been hoping. They've been high tier, but, like, the highest tier, they could easily get there. They just haven't had a meta that allowed them to. But we move on to it being number 6, and that will be... Oh, this tastes so bad without sugar. Oh, my God. Kid Goku. Yeah, Kid Goku. That's what I'm going to have number 6 because he is very strong. I will say, I know most of you are not going to run Dragon Ball team because you don't care. Yeah, I get it. I'm with you. I don't really care about Dragon Ball team either. Yeah, sure. And more so even to that point, Dragon Ball is worse and better than Daima. I already mentioned it, but I'll really go into more detail here. Dragon Ball has the sustain, right? That Dragon Ball equip. The Z abilities are a little bit better because you have the 50% buffs from both the green and red Zenkais of Launch and Yamcha, so that's even better. You have a little bit less HP because Daimaforaku and Glorio HP, but you have a sustain that is better because the equipment that is offered for Dragon Ball. I mean, for God's sake, we have that broken-ass equipment for Dragon Ball, right? The one everyone has on, the full team. Then we have a co-op equip, the previous co-op, which is giving double pure defense for full Dragon Ball. That's broken. Then we have an Awakened that's pure strike defense per Dragon Ball. Then there's a PP equip that's double pure defense for Dragon Ball. There's been like 2 offense Dragon Ball equips so far. And we just got it with the recent co-op with this Kid Goku. We'll get one again. Probably. Maybe one more. Maybe. But the point being, they want Dragon Ball to sustain. So guess what? It does that. They've clearly, obviously meant for this, and it does that. Now, the dilemma with that does fall to a line of, yes, they have great sustain, but there's 2 big issues I run into. One, there is no blast cover change on Dragon Ball. None. Not a singular character you're going to run that is within the 5-6 characters you can run of Dragon Ball. Not a one has a blast cover. That sucks. You're going to run into blast cards. You know, that's just a thing that happens. You're going to do strikes, you're going to do blast. That's life. Not having someone that has a blast cover just sucks, right? Especially, like, you have a beefy unit of, like, World Tournament Goku, then Kid Goku has a blast cover, and, you know, Roshi has a strike cover. That would have been great, right? No, does not exist. Just doesn't exist. Unfortunately, does not exist. So there's one issue. And the second is, while Daima has the sustainability that it has and the cheese that it has, Dragon Ball has half that. Again, it has better tanking, yes. Better sustain, yes. but the subcount manipulation, the feint, the paralyze, the cheesing, I mean, there's a little cheesing with Roshi's ult that has paralyze, rush seal, whatever, and his auto dodging, sure, that's to a degree cheesing. Compared to Daima, it's 0. That is where Dragon Ball falls flat. Again, if you're going to say Dragon Ball is going to be like one of those better teams, it's always going to have Daima right next to it, being in front of it. It's never going to be Dragon Ball's better than Daima right now. It's just factually incorrect. That just can't be a thing. Now, talking about Dragon Ball teams so much because he's obviously meant for Dragon Ball. But that's the thing about this Goku. You can run him anywhere. Technically, you do want to run him with the Dragon Ball ally since he does get his peak damage with one Dragon Ball ally. Sure. You don't need to. You simply don't. You can. Yeah, for sure. Do your thing. But you don't need to. Not at all. You want to run him UMV himself and then whatever you want, go do it. Who's stopping you? Go on Trunks, got a Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Whoever. Do it. Go for it. Green Diamond Goku. Whatever you want. Go for it. No one's stopping you. You want to run him Weapon Wielder? He has Weapon Wielder. Want to run him there? Go run him there. You can do whatever you want with him. And that's the thing that helps. His damage is pretty good. I will give it a on a kind end, I'll give it a 7 out of 10, right? I'll give it a 7 out of 10. If I'm going to say go on Trunks, like a 6 out of 10 on damage for most part of their unit's existence. Obviously not just Trunks, but go on Trunks is also part of the unit. 6 to 6.5, I'll give Kid Goku a 7, probably because of boost, yes, but he is on boost, so we have to acknowledge that there. And that's a nice thing for him, but again, clearly you do want him to be that safety mechanism. You can use him for burst damage, he can do that, but he is that burst mechanism of safety and burst damage. He has some good manipulation with his green cards getting vanish back, similar to Majin Ku, just that Ku creates them off the blue cards. Kid Goku, I don't believe really creates any green cards, but you run with Roshi, who creates the green cards. You can obviously tie that together there. With his Indestructible, you can get some neutrality within his kits, I do believe, which is pretty nice. Yes, he does become Ultra Cell Food a lot of the match, and most of the match he is Ultra Cell Food, but I mean, again, that kind of goes to the counterpoint of just run him with other units. You don't have to run him with just Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball itself, and honestly, most teams are Ultra Cell Food. Ultra Cell does one drop combo, guess what? The entire Diamond team can die. Same thing with every team in the entire game. That's just how good Cell is. Cell deserves more usage, but we'll talk about him later. Kid Goku, a very positive release. It is a shame that he is, for one, I want to say it's a shame he's not Revival, but it's more a shame that Tien didn't get a unit because, I mean, yes, Jackie Chun deserved the character. But fucking Tambourine! Come on. Like, listen, you know it didn't need to be Tambourine, Legends. It could have been Tien. Could have been Tien. Just saying. Just put it out there, really. But it wasn't. So that's kind of a shame within this guy. He's going to probably age well. I'm scared to try to predict that because it's anniversary. I mean, technically, if we go back to previous celebration, guess what aged well? Gotenks was aging amazing during Legends Fest, right? He was just popping off. I guess a little bit worse value because Red Diamond Goku would replace him in some essences of like a faster burst setting. But still, for the most part, he was aging very well. And UMV aged amazing. So it's Kid Goku and Ultra Cell in those same slots. How will they age compared to the previous big celebration? Indestructible units usually age well. Safety mechanisms usually age well. Ultra Turles, Go on Trunks, Omega Shenron, all those guys usually aged well. So, fingers crossed. Cell? I don't want to predict Cell's aging because I'm a bit scared and I do expect some blues. And if there's a lot of really, really, really broken blues, this guy can get neutral, but it'll be a tough time. But Kid Goku will stay number 6. It is, again, a lot of his team diversity that does bump him up, as well as Dragon Ball being pretty good. Again, I don't think they're the best team in the game, but a pretty good team right now. It's a contender for a team that can do well, and that's what you want, right? You have Daima, you have Dragon Ball, you have, I guess you could call it Saiyans with the UMV Kid Goku team, and then more kind of leader slot teams that float throughout that can all pretty much do well in a circle of countering one another. And Kid Goku fits one of those molds and or multiple of those molds because he can fit on multiple of those teams. So he goes there at number 6, and this is where things get a little bit more dicey, where things are very hard to differentiate because all these units do way too well And realistically, I don't know how I could differentiate them. So let's just get into it with it being 3 through 5, meaning I have it this order, but you can have it any order. I could have it any order. Any order of these characters could be true to me as well to you. So that's just how I have it, because I don't think there's a way to differentiate these units very well at all. So this will be the order I put it at first. Again, it could be any. You want to put UMV number 3? I'm not like, whoa, what an idiot. No, I'm thinking, wow. Honestly, I understand what you mean. And that's what it's going to be there. Similar vibe of any of these characters. Any of them could be number 3, any of them could be number 5. That's how it's going to go. Why is it like this? Again, these units do way too much. Majin Ku, his feints, his paralyzes, his infinite healing for the team. Ku, yes. 4 Ku is why the team does work, obviously. But Ku is really the centerfold of most of why the team is working in the background. Diamond 4 Ku is very obvious. Indestructible, okay, I'm a lot more safe to the gimmicks of PvP. Great. But the background of the team heal that he does, Majin Ku, every time he swaps, yeah, that's a lot more impactful. Diamond 4 Ku heals himself every time he swaps. That's great. Awesome. Swaps in. Kid Goku's the same thing. Great. Ku healing the entire fucking roster is a bit more impactful than Goku healing himself, obviously, right? So Majin Ku having his gimmicks, his cheese, he has to be a top tier unit. There's nothing I can really, disagree with. That's like, oh yeah, he's not up there. No, dude, he's gonna cheese you all game. He's gonna gimmick you all game. And he's gonna make his team have full health. And if you ain't trying to get some snipe potential shit going on here, you're gonna have a tough time. And guess what? There is not that many snipe potential units right now. There's some. You see one here. But there's not that many. It's going to be tough to get that to happen, especially with the subcommon nip of Daima. Like I said, Dragon Ball is worse Daima because Daima has insane subcommon nip, while Dragon Ball does not have as good of and less gimmicks. That's why Daima is so good. Then, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. I think he does his job well. I'm more comparing the impact of a match than I am the individual unit here at this point of these top tiers, because obviously they float together on the same team, Ku and Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. And the impact of Ku to me is always going to be more than Vegeta. I don't care if Vegeta is going to destroy my entire roster with, a couple hands here. Guess who's supplementing that situation? Ku giving the support. Ku giving, because it's 50% support to Daima, by the way, from Ku. Like, fucking Christ. Ku's giving that support. Ku's giving that health to make Vegeta not die in 2 cards, right? It's just always going to revolve around the idea of Majin Ku. While Vegeta's doing those damage numbers, that's great, that's awesome, that's fantastic. It's not just Vegeta doing it, though. It is his team helping him get to that point. And while Vegeta is doing well on his settings, I do find myself always more annoyed and more, Majin Ku. I never think, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. I'm like, oh, okay. Whatever, I can deal with him easy. Easiest one to kill. It's easy as hell to kill this guy. Ku is the one that makes me want to rip my hair out and fucking keel over. And then number 5 here being UMV. UMV is the reason you can actually deal with Daima, in my opinion. Like I've shown off, I've stated, I don't know what else I could even do about it. UMV can snipe very easily. Now, I will say there is situational play that you kind of have to plan. You don't really have to plan for it, but there's a thing that does, exist where Daima 4 Ku, when your teammate or somebody's locked in, he's going to give them a big heal. Well, if you plan for that, or you get the character low enough, or you do an ultimate prior, a big move prior, that has a lock-in, you do any of these things kind of before that can happen, you always get the UMV snipe. You have to play for the UMV snipe. That is what you have to do. And the oppressive nature of UMV is really what really takes the ticket home there. Because guess what? I can waste a lock-in. How? How can I waste that heal? They do a blast. They do a blast with not Daima 4 Ku, right? Blue card. You're locked in. Boom. That's it. It's gone. The big heal's gone. It's dead. So guess what? Makes it even easier to snipe. And guess what? Those blue cards hit pretty hard. The AoE greens are pretty well. Getting cover and hold back on your green card, very nice. And that situation for UMV, again, while he is Ultra Cell food, and so will be discussed more here in 1/2, it's a revolving circle of counters. That is what the game is right now. It is UMV can beat down Daima. And then you have, so we're here at the circle. Then you have, well, Daima can beat down Cell's teams. for the most part, right? It's meant to. And stop Cell from his best settings, though Cell can do it as well. Then you have Cell that can beat down Majin Vegeta. That is what we call a circle. That's what is existing right now. So you always have to revolve around that, which is more needed, which is more wanted. And that's what it is right now. UMV is obviously a lot more wanted for people, because I'm running into him a lot more as well. Because guess what? Daima is the most run team in the game. So guess what? People are running UMV more to snipe him out. And guess what? It's working. So people are also starting to, in turn, run Cell. So guess what? The circle is circling at this point to a very high degree. And with that, it is very obvious to say 1/2 is going to be Daima 4Ku and Ultra Cell. I had it last time where it was Cell instead of Daima 4Ku. It didn't make a difference then. It doesn't make a difference now. You want to say it's Cell, you want to say it's Daima 4Ku, sure. I guess I could more validate Daima 4Ku being here just because he has more of a prosperous team, a more defined setting for himself, and I guess that's the validation for it. Sure, why not? Let's say that. Put him there. Or you want to put Cell number 1 just because he can so easily solo a lot of teams just because he coexists? Sure, put him there. But there's not much touch on Daima 4Ku. You know everything he does. You know how he's the backbone of Daima. I think there is a half backbone of him and another half of Ku, but together it's a full backbone of Daima. And then Ultra Cell, I just think this character has insane amounts of downplay. For one, look at the fucking yellows. Most people would consider Kid Goku top 10, right? So I'm not crazy for putting him here. Beast, most people consider top 10, so he's not crazy being put here. UMV is definitely considered the best, premium big unit yellow, meaning not a LF or Ultra, because Ku's right there. So there's 4 yellows you're going to see in this game that are very, very much more common than not, right? I would probably say probably run into Kid Goku more than Beast, but that's because he's new, so yeah. Cell has to have value. Cell has to be a top tier at that point. If nothing else in this kid exists, he is red, they are yellow. That has to exist, right? That has to be a thing. But more so than that, Cell can do a fantastic job. Again, if you predict a one-time, and I'm saying a one-time deal here, where you could waste that cancel buff effect, alright, cool. That happened already. Cell's main is active, it's ready to go. You pop off, you do that ultimate, you landed on Daima 4Ku, you landed on anybody in the game. For one, you landed on anybody in the game, you're most likely going to kill them anyways, right? Because you would kill Majin Vegeta, goes to Endurance, you would kill Daima 4Ku's first life, and you would kill Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, or Majin Vegeta, obviously. But, let's say you land on Daima 4Ku, okay, boom, your safety's gone, now I can rush your Majin Vegeta, I can rush anybody in the game with Cell. And once that happens, it's a Cell Wonderland. Cell can easily overtake any match in the game right now. He is the best individual oppressive unit in the game right now for this current meta. Go on Trunks not being as common as they are because people think Cell is gone. Daima being able to run a yellow so consistently, people trying to run UMV more, people trying to run Beast more because of Daima, people trying to run Kid Goku because he can fit on so many teams, people trying to run God Goku and Super Saiyan 3 because there isn't too many godly purples right now. Cell can make every one of them quite easily his bitch. Every single unit in this game he can do. Obviously it's easier against not blues, but even against blues, do you think Cell doesn't hit hard? Do you think Daima 4Ku's a tank? We know both the answers to these, right? Most people would end up swapping out of Daima 4Ku to somebody else during Cell's combo. Now, the thing is, Ku can disrupt that combo and ruin your day, but that's only twice. It's only twice that he could fully ruin your day. Once that ends, Cell's very good. He's going to be in the next video after this because people really don't respect Cell. I'm running into way too many double yellows, and people are like, I'll never run into Ultra Cell. Today you will. Today you will. Because I'm running him. Because he's very good. People need to respect Ultra Cell. He does not get any play. I don't know what the hell it is, but he gets fucking none, and it's insane to me. But this is going to be my top 10 list. Technically, I guess top 16 here. But, yeah, this is it. With it being 1/2, so interchangeable there. And, or, for me and you at that point, with it being Daima 4Ku and Ultra Cell 3/5 being Majin Ku, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, and UMV again. Same thing as a interchangeable for you and I. Number 6 being the new Legends Limited Kid Goku. Number 7/8 being interchangeable for you, but not I. I understand if you changed it, but I would not. being 7 of Ultra Beasts, 8 of Gohan Trunks, 9 Legends Limited God Goku, 10 Super Saiyan 3 LF Goku, and then all these arguable number 10 units. Maybe I'm missing 1 or 2, but these are the ones that came to my mind. And in order: Diamond Green Goku, Majin Buu, 23Ku, Jackie Chun, gonna say Master Roshi, Tamagami number 3, and Piccolo Jr. Let me know what you guys think of my top 10 list of the beginning of May 2025. And I can't wait to see the shift in this when these new units drop by the end of the month. See you next one.